Aloha friends, happy new moon in Sagittarius. Whew, okay, so the energy is action, action, action. It is shoot past the stars. It is this, the Sagittarius is the archer, and it's like shoot for your dreams would have been old paradigm, and this new shift that we're moving into is so much more than that. So the energy feels abundant, it feels exciting. There's this movement that's moving through with this Sagittarius new moon. So you may be feeling a lot of movement within the chest and the throat, the high heart area. And they're just saying ground yourself. That's why these grounding stones wanted to come out, specifically hematite, to absorb anything else that's coming up that just needs to be cleared out before this new moon sets. And remember, we are also in the 12/12 gateway portal from 12/12 to 12/21 and solstice. So the solstice reading will be coming as well. This reading is going to be a silent and telepathic reading. There may be I may be speaking light language or toning, or you may hear some of that throughout the video, but the majority of it is going to be silence and telepathy. I feel like a lot of you are tapping into your own gifts, and I'm here to help you start to channel that even more. I do always post a follow-up video afterwards so you can see what came through, just a generic overall synopsis of everything. However, through telepathy, it does go much, much deeper. So tap in, get ready to open up to your intuition, see what comes through for you, and hear, listen, thank you. Listen for those telepathic messages to come through. And it might be just an inner knowing that you're feeling it. It might be, you might be clear, you might have clear aliens. I might be getting that mixed up right now, but you may have multiple clairs that will open you up to this energy. They're also highlighting for me right now the labradorite crystal. I believe there is a channeling for labradorite on my channel. If I remember, I will post it in the description for you all, but they're saying tap into the energy of the labradorite. It is going to open and expand through the throat. And that's what this new moon is about. It's about expansion. Capricorn season we're moving into. And there's a lot of expansion that's coming in. Open up. Make way for new beginnings, because we just cleared a full 10-year cycle collectively. And it's time to step into the new. And it's time to take action. And it's time to put your best foot forward and just do it. I mean, literally, they're saying there can be no mistakes, right? Whatever you're doing, it's going to set you on the path that you need to be on. So if you feel like you're like there's no more, they're even telling me there's no more doing things wrong or worrying about perfectionism or worry about doing things right. It's just it's time. There's this forward movement that is happening throughout the collective, and we're ready, y'all. They're saying it's time. I just keep hearing it's time. Oh my goodness, there are so many higher dimensional beings in here. So they do want to make themselves present. So I am going to just let you all know who's here, because they may be some of your guides. And they may be coming in as new guides for you. I'm hearing that some of them are going to be new guides. So they may have been popping up recently. You may have seen something about them on social media or heard about them through a roundabout way. But they are coming through to let you know that they are helping you with this ascension. So first, oh my goodness, I'm so excited to say this. The Utherians, they are a super high vibrational cosmic being. and they are all about love. Their energy is super loving and gracious and harmonious, and it will bring a big smile to your face. So the Utherians are coming through. Thank you. We also have Archangel Metatron is coming through, along with Sandalphon. So Metatron and Sandalphon are like the twins, the grounding and connecting, and then the reaching into the cosmos. So big shifts coming through with the two of them. We also have Archangel Gabriel that wants to be here. That's for someone very specific. So if she's been trying to reach out, and you will know who you are. Okay, who else do we have here right now? El Moira is here. Thank you for being here. Oh, goodness. Okay. And just goodness, y'all, because the energy is abundant in here. It feels fantastic. Okay. Anyone else want to make their presence while I'm speaking and letting everyone know who is here? We have Morgana. Morgana is coming through. And if you don't know who these ascended masters or deities are, you can look them up online, learn more about them. I do recommend researching them and connecting with them more if they're really calling you. Okay, and then we have the dragons. Oh, yes. And these are the earth dragons. These are the dragons that are working with the ley lines. So these are for those of you that are working with the earth right now. There's a lot happening and a lot that is shaking and moving so that we can shift into these higher vibrations as a whole. And so the earth dragons are here to assist with that as well. There are other beings here. They do not want me to announce them for now. They will come through when the time is right. Okay. Alrighty. So go ahead and pick your pile. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Again, this will be a silent telepathic message coming through for each pile. So make sure that you're in a space where you can actually watch the video and see what's coming through on the cards, and be able to tune in and not listen passively. I feel like they are really trying to get us away from passive anything, right? Because for so long, society has been stuck to this instant gratification, having things happen right now, right? Like at our fingertips. And because of that, many of us have become very passive, which means we're not present in the moment, right? It's like watching a movie and while you're scrolling your phone, or cooking dinner while you're doing something, like multitasking, right? And we're getting back to like being in presence, having gratitude for the present moment, and being able to quiet the mind down so we can fully tap into our heart and our intuitions. Alrighty, go ahead and choose your pile. I will start with pile number 1. Timestamps for the other 2, along with anything else that comes through from this reading, will be in the description, and I will post the follow-up soon. Alrighty, take care. Wow, what a powerful reading for those of you that chose pile number 1. So overall, the synopsis, there's a lot of messages that came through, and they're telling me a lot of messages that were meant just for you and not even to be channeled through me telepathically. So make sure that you take some time to look at the cards if you want to pause on them, or screenshot it and just take a moment to meditate with it, because there are other messages coming through specifically from your guides for you. And the overall message here is that all has been forgiven, right? The wasp is the energy of, yes, I've been stung, and I'm not going to let this, I'm not going to let this sting affect the rest of my life. It's like you finally have shifted out of that. There's this deep level of compassion that has come in through that, and this darkness that you've moved through, right? Like moving through the darkness and into the light, balancing out your lower self with your higher self, and letting the old self, the density of the old self completely die off, right? Letting it go, letting what needed to be forgiven inside of you for self, letting that go completely, and rising into an entirely new timeline, fully surrendered, right? The surrendering to the light, fully surrendered to your highest self. And what you're moving into is this fully stepping into your power, sharing who you are, bringing everything into alignment. And the cup is overflowing, y'all. Like, there's so much love and prosperity coming in for this pile. So when I had opened up to the cricket, the first thing I heard was, let your heart sing. So whatever you have been wanting to call in, this new moon is the time to fully set your intentions and an action plan to make it happen. How are you going to make that happen? And maybe that's just connecting with your higher self daily, making sure that you are spending time with your highest self and cultivating what comes next, right? That next present moment. Okay, anything else that wanted to come through before we... No, just a big metamorphosis, a huge shift from the dark into the light. And they're saying you had to go through whatever darkness you recently went through, or you went through in the past few weeks or months. It seems like it was very heavy and dark and dense, and it's because of the movement and the growing through that you're blossoming into this new light, right? This light of abundance. She's holding the abundance mudra there, and just fully ready to step into your power, calling in sisterhood, calling in brotherhood, calling in community, and fully being able to just step into your power in your authenticity. So amazing read for you all. Again, there were messages that came through that Spirit is telling me are directly from your guides to you. So take a moment, screenshot the photos, or come back to it as many times as you need, so that you can tap in and receive whatever messages your guides had for you. Alrighty, thank you so much for tuning in. Adios. All right, y'all. So those of you that chose pile number 2, oh my goodness, I feel like this is a very direct message to some of you. There is this energy of connecting Earth with the higher realms, right? Like the grounding energy, but tapping into like this is the crown energy, right? So it's like, I feel like those of you that chose this pile are merging the higher realms with where humanity is right now. And it's not an easy task. It's taking a lot of inner strength and rest to be able to move through this. And the message that kept coming through was, you don't have to do this alone, right? You don't need to be the lone wolf. Pull back and look at it from that eagle's eye view. Look at it from a higher perspective. And there's something that you've been working on, or something that's been coming to, like, has been coming into fruition for you for a long, long while. And it's like in your heart, you know that it's true. When you're in this silent space, when you're in this space of surrender, when you're tapped into those higher realms, you know absolutely that it is truth, and there's nothing or no one that can convince you otherwise. However, the problem is when you're trying to ground it into earth realm, there's this hyper focus that's happening with creating, opening up that next page, creating that next present moment, and moving, merging the two, right? Merging the highest self into the now timeline. I'm going to call it a timeline, even though I know that this pile is tapped out of time completely. And that's part of the issue, is that it's uncharted territory. It feels like you are pioneering something, and there's this deep letting go of what was that still needs to happen through this new moon. And that letting go specifically is of all the stuff in your mind, all of the things that you have been taught, all of the indoctrination, all of the things that other people have placed upon you that are not necessarily yours, that are not necessarily truth in your heart. And the Sagittarius new moon brings in truth. It brings in higher learning. So I feel like this is, look for that next level. Surrender to a higher power. You don't have to do it alone. And there's all of this abundant energy around you. They showed all these fireflies here in this card. And it's moving through, they're telling me, until the next full moon, there's going to be this energy of shedding, really letting go, so that these two realms can merge. This higher realm that you're mostly tapped into all the time. Like, it feels like when things are good for you, everything is in flow. You are co-creating with the higher power, and there is like instant manifestation happening. And then there's this tap out that happens where you're completely disconnected and totally in your mind, and they're wanting you to let that go so that you can merge these higher realms into earth realm. Also, being the pioneer and moving things forward, they're saying take time with the elements. So like the Isis card came through, and they said, connect with the crystals, meditate with the crystal on your third eye, meditate with the crystal on your heart, connect with the crystals, connect with herbs. Motherwort is the herb that came through to give you strength to move through this. And then there was another one, the crystals they were showing me, maybe in the Scotty. So yeah, like, it's going to take courage to be the pioneer, to step forward, to create something new, right? You've got to imagine that anything new that has come into earth realm, at one point it was criticized, or people downplayed it, or they thought, yeah, right, we're never going to be able to do that. I remember being, younger, and them saying like, oh, you're not going to carry a calculator with you everywhere. And now what do we have? Calculators on our phones that we carry with us everywhere, right? So it's like, there are things that are possible that some people are not able to tap into yet. They're not able to understand, and that's okay. It's not your journey to make them understand. However, it is your journey to share your story, to share your truth, to be in your truth, and to fully trust in what is unfolding for you. There's a lot happening, and they keep telling me, in your heart, you know it, you feel it, it is truth, and you are just now anchoring that into earth realm. And anytime something new and innovative comes along, there are going to be naysayers. There are going to be people who try to push you off the track. There are going to be people who are either envious of what you're doing or in disbelief, right? That it's too much. Their minds have not expanded to that length yet. And for you, you have. So they're saying, let go. You don't need to do this alone. Connect with the higher power. Call in, like, spend more time in meditation, spend more time connecting and being in silence, retreating to whatever space that is for you. Create that sacred space so that you can get out of your mind and fully tap back into your heart and share your story. Alrighty. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Until next time, adios. All right, y'all, this is the quick synopsis for what came through for pile number 3. All right, so mainly the thing that they were pointing out the most in this reading that stood out for me was the throat chakra, activating the throat. It's like there is this jewel here in her throat, and it's the same thing, like the jewel here in the cat and the star here in the throat. It's like your key to unlocking that next level is in the throat. And it's interesting that Sandalphon came through, because Sandalphon is about musicality and grounding, and it's this Sandalphon brings like this loving energy of sound and sound frequencies in. And then also Metatron came in as well in this card, and so there's that connection between the two realms, like the merging the higher realm with the lower realms and coming into oneness. Now there's this energy of they're telling me of a lost love, like maybe you feel like you're giving up. Thank you. They're telling me they're bringing it back now for me. Thank you. They're saying this energy of like just letting go, like feeling like something's never going to happen. I'm never going to meet my person, or my person isn't going to come into my life, and I'm just over it. I'm tired of waiting. I can't do this anymore. And it is this, it's an energy to get you to this place of almost exhaustion and giving up. It feels like a test. Like, are you going to make it through? And every time, y'all, before we level up, it's like, before that shift into the higher vibration, there's this pull into whatever density that we're holding on to, or whatever fear that we're holding on to, so that we can clear it and shift it, so that we can move into union, so that we can move into expressing ourselves, being, in that divine feminine energy. The number 13 is the divine feminine, and the cat energy is feminine energy, and then also the Empress and the citrine, the abundance, like allowing yourself to receive that. And then we had the inner wisdom and the wisdom of the owl, along with the flower of life, again very feminine, and the moon cycle. So this is a very this reading is tapping into your feminine energy, allowing yourself to receive, allowing yourself to purge whatever it is that you are ready to give up. It's like there's something you've been waiting for, and the Seven of Wands in reverse is like it's really low, like the alligators represent like really low to the ground, although they also are like harmony between water and earth, right? They can live on both, in both water and on earth. And there's this energy of just, it's not that you don't want to rise, it's that you're exhausted. You're exhausted. Like there's so much that you've moved through that you're just like, whatever, I'm just going to allow things to happen the way that they're meant to happen. I'm going to, and not necessarily disconnect, but it is like tapping out of co-creation and just allowing things to happen. And that's why they brought the elephant through. They want you to know that there is truth coming through with the Sagittarius new moon, and it is bringing in the energy of the elephant is releasing or letting go of blockages, things that are holding us back, right? Elephants are this powerful energy, and yet so soft and loving as well. Like their energy is playful and loving, and they can be a force, right? So it's this balancing out that's happening for you, so that you can come into whatever this union is. For some of you, it is a new love that you've been waiting on. For others, I'm hearing it's a new business venture that you've been wanting to tap into, and things just haven't fully lined up for you. And so there's this movement that needs to happen. However, that's not going to happen until you tap into this self-expression. That throat chakra needs to be activated. It needs a tune-up, chanting or toning, gargling, they're telling me, like gargling with warm salt water. There needs to be an activation that happens through the throat to get you to open up to this energy and allow you to move through this surrendering to the lower vibrations. They're telling me it's almost like you're so tired of waiting, or you're so exhausted, or you're so over it that you're just like, whatever is gonna happen is gonna happen. But in that space, it's like you've tapped out of creating the next present moment and moving into this new paradigm, moving past this 10-year cycle that we've just shifted through, moving into this age of Aquarius type energy. We are co-creating. We are not just calling in the abundance anymore. We are not just tapping into our action and getting things done. We are harmonizing everything and aligning everything so that we can surrender to our highest and best self. And from that space, we can come into union with all that is and is supposed to be in our lives. Alrighty, I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, adios.